What up YouTube, is Value for welcome back to another video. This is Eyes Don't Miss. I've been speaking about the reptilians and how they influence the masses, but I guess that the vast majority of people have never really understood why I'm talking about the reptilians. On this video, I'll expose to you the truth and why I care about the reptilians. Because this is a very dark demonic agenda from the devil, and I believe that children of God should be wise enough to see these things and pinpoint them. The first truth you have to understand and know is that the devil or Satan is a shape-shifting reptilian, and it's very clear in the Bible. The Bible describes the devil as a dragon and a serpent, and it talks about this entity, this fallen angel, shape-shifting into these organisms at different instances in the Bible. But now let's dive deeper. Let's go deeper.
I heard the Lord say, shapeshifters deceive. And the Lord told me to also talk about how these fallen angels shapeshift in your dreams. So I want to make it clear that the devil is a fallen angel. The devil turned into a dragon. The devil actually shapeshifted.
Before we dive into this series, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and please share this video because a lot of people need to know the truth about the reptilians and their main agenda on this earth. Now take a look at this video.
Forces and protecting the population and minimizing civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency doctrine. Civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency doctrine.
This is a very popular reptilian video. It was taken years ago, but this is a beautiful reptilian on TV, shape-shifting. The eyes that look are many, but the eyes that see are very few. Now, if you take note about the reptilians, they are always in certain positions. They are always in particular positions, and they are chosen for certain things. These are hybrids. They are demon incarnate that have mixed with human DNA to produce a humanoid creature which is perfectly human but not purely human, like it's not having the pure DNA of a human being. And that is what I want you guys to know, because a lot of us are being affected by reptilians, and a lot of us have seen reptilians. A lot of people have reached out to me talking about their experiences with the reptilians and how they are trying to kill them, stuff like that. So this is not some kind of like a conspiracy theory. I don't have time for conspiracy theories, okay? I have better things doing. This is something that is very real, and I want you guys to know the dark truth about reptilians. Now the reptilians, I mean the original reptilians, that is the Anunnakis, are actually fallen angels who came on earth to reproduce with man back in the days. In the time of Noah, according to the Bible, these fallen angels lusted over the daughters of men, and they came down, shape-shifted into human beings, and slept with the daughters of men. Because they didn't have the normal human DNA, they produced hybrids, which are what we call reptilian hybrids, if you know what I mean. Back in the days, we had giants, very tall people, which were called the Nephilims. But it wasn't only the Nephilims. We had the mermaids, we had goblins, we had all kinds of different creatures. We even had the werewolves and the rest, vampires and all kinds of stuff, like witches and wizards. We had all these kinds of things because when these people came on this earth, they taught human beings black magic, white magic, and red magic. They also taught people how to get satanic powers, astral project, and get stuff from the spiritual realm, how to visit the astral world, the marine kingdom, pandemonium, and the rest. These ancient gods were very powerful because they were fallen angels that came on this earth for a particular purpose.
When they came into the women, they didn't come at them looking like this big, tall, gigantic angel. They shapeshifted themselves. I've had people come to me and tell me that they've gotten raped in their sleep, or they feel like somebody is having sex with them while they are sleeping. These are fallen angels that are having sex with people, and they come in through open doors in their lives. Now, children of God have to be very careful with the way they consume information from mainstream TV, because as we can see, most of these reptilian clips are mostly journalists who are out there broadcasting spells on the masses. And it's very obvious, like I've always said, reptilians, they have a serpent tongue, so they have the ability to lie. I'll be very honest with you, because not every single one you see is a human being. I've come across a lot of people that are not really
human beings. I mean, their stories are really shady, and that is why you see some kids just being funny, acting crazy, and you hear some stuff like, "I'm an indigo child," like you're from some star planet, like they got some alien hybrid. Like, come on, like these are proofs of demonic entities. We have to be very careful in this generation. The truth is, the devil like to shapeshift, and his demons are also going out shapeshifting and appearing in different forms. Some of the time, we even copulate with these demons without even knowing that they are actually demons, because they come on this earth, they live normal lives, but at the back of their mind, they're actually on a mandate to propagate a satanic and evil agenda on the masses. Reptilians are real. Okay, mermaids are part of that reptilian stuff too. They all work together. Incubus, succubus, all these sex demons, they are all water spirit. They are all reptilian spirit that are actually operating on this earth. Now, if you're not woke, if you're not really woke, you won't be able to actually see this reptilian spirit, but they're actually out there. There are a lot of them. They are hybrids, living hybrids that are out there shape-shifting and acting like they're human beings, but they're not human beings, and some of the time they are aware of the fact that they are reptilians. Like I said, we are living in the last days, and the last days are very, very dangerous, because a lot of things are on this earth that they don't really make sense.
And I want to read Genesis 6 verse 4. It says, "There were giants on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown." When these fallen angels, who were the sons of God, came into people, they created tall giants who were the Nephilim. When they slept with creatures, they created hybrid beings like mermaids, Bigfoot, werewolves. Fallen angels perverted things by having sex with women on earth and creatures. Werewolves are real. These things that they put on TV shows and movies, they're not just something that's made up. Witches and warlocks turning into bats, this stuff is all real. They don't just make this stuff up, and this is the root of where it all came from.
Okay, let me tell you a story. I met a girl, right? Very, very complicated. Very, very complicated. And I was very lucky that I was so woke and spiritual. Because like, if I just taken things physically, I would have gotten myself into some deep mess. But when I started doing some interview, like some deep spiritual interview, she told me that her parents were looking for a baby and they couldn't give birth to a baby. So they went to the water to a mermaid. I can't actually tell if they made a mermaid, but it was like they went to meet a witch doctor, a traditional doctor, and the guy led them to the water, and it's like they did some incarnation. You know, these marabouts, witch doctors, they work directly with the mermaids. So what happened was that the lady slept and she had a dream, some kind of like a dream, and it's like someone gave her a baby, and all of a sudden she became pregnant and she gave birth to that girl. So I don't know how to explain this, but this girl belongs to the water, like she's a water spirit. And this is how we have a lot of people on this earth. When you can't give birth to a baby, you go to the witch doctor, just like in the Bible, right? When these people in the Bible couldn't give birth to babies, they went to Moloch to do sacrifices to have baby. They went to Ishtar, like the god of fertility, and the so-called god of fertility, or the queen of the south, she will give a baby to the lady, you know, to make her to become fertile, and she'll get pregnant and we give birth to a demon instead of a human being. This is how deep this stuff is. Okay, it's very, very deep, and I can't say too much about it because people will get mad. And if you're just a Caucasian, you never know about the mermaids, the reptilians, and how they operate. But I'm just here to tell you that we have a lot of these incarnates on this earth, operating like human beings, living, dying, getting married, giving birth to babies, which are still demon incarnates, and they're all operating on this earth. I want you guys to take note of these things because, you know, in other countries like China, India, Africa, people still go back to these traditional doctors seeking for babies, seeking for the fruit of the wombs, but they don't know that the devil only comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So the so-called babies that the devil is giving these people are demons that are leaving the astral realm and coming back to our realm, causing disasters. That is why you're seeing a lot of crazy things happening on the dark web, a lot of satanic things, a lot of emo, very, very dark, emo, crazy people. And you will feel like, okay, like they're just being gothic or just being, you know, satanic. But these are all demon incarnates on this earth. It's not really just normal to see what people are doing on the dark side. How people find pleasure in killing people, in watching certain sports like death race and death games. It's messed up. But without withstanding, I would like to speak about the other reptilians, the humanoid species, not really reptilians, but more of like humanoid hybrids. I want you guys to be very careful with the way you open your vessel to certain things. Pray before you want to choose a partner. Make sure you pray and you ask God for direction, because not every soul you see on this earth is a human being. We have reptilians. And also, be very careful with the way you open your vessels to certain things. Like there are certain musics, there are certain images that you're not supposed to watch. There are certain movies that you're not supposed to watch, because these are actually portals in which these demons or shape-shifting reptilians can pass through and come into our realm.
They can come in through child molestation, abuse, perversion, pornography, masturbation, listening to sexual music, because that music gets into your spirit, and there are spirits behind music. Music is spiritual. Ungodly soul ties, like having sex before marriage. These are incubus and succubus spirits that shape-shift in your dreams and also have sexual encounters with you while you are asleep.
Now, when you listen to incubus, succubus, these are all shapeshifters, because when they come to your bed at night and make love with you, they don't use their normal form. They will always try to use the form of a beautiful person, a beautiful girl, or a beautiful boy, or maybe your loved one, someone that you know already. That is the form, because they will shapeshift from their original form into another form. And when they drain your energy, they leave. The devil only comes to kill, steal, and destroy. A lot of people are being raped every night by these reptilians, by these demons. A lot of sleep paralysis, a lot of attacks, and many other things. Okay, so we have to be very careful, because these shape-shifting demons actually come to drain your energy. And most of the time, like from certain testimonies, I've listened to people that got pregnant out of these encounters, these nightly incubus, succubus encounters. It's crazy, but we live in a crazy world, if you know what I mean. I've also been attacked by these reptilians a lot of times, especially the demon of seduction. And once upon a time, I did remember, I asked God to show me the actual image, the real image of this reptilian. And God showed me in a vision. Actually, I could see exactly that it was a meme spirit that was toasting my life and persecuting me like a maniac. It was my fault. I did open these stupid doors, these doorways, and it caused these things to come into my life for no good reason. So a lot of us right now, we don't know about this truth, but I'm just exposing it in a very, very simple way. Be careful. Don't open these doors. Don't open these spiritual doors. If you open these spiritual doors, you have caused a lot of disaster in your life, because if one demon passed through, it will torment you for the rest of your life.